What's up, guys? My name's Spartan, and welcome back to my Oh, wait, hold on. Something's not right here. Sorry, as I was saying, welcome back to my tower. This is episode 15 of my Tour My Tower video series. This is a video series where I go through the ins and outs of my tower, kind of tell you guys what's going on with all of my upgrades, the different moves that we're making, etc. So first and foremost, huge thanks for both the love and the hate that I received on my most recent video. It was a tier list video that I made about ultimate weapons, and obviously those are very opinionated, and a lot of people feel very, very strong about certain things in games. But I don't take any of it personally. I'm just trying to strike up conversation. It was really interesting getting to hear some of y'all's opinions regarding like what ultimate weapons you think were better and should have been rated higher, and also which ones you thought maybe should have been rated even lower. Like, everybody was so mad that I put Deathwave as S tier, but I don't care. I love Deathwave. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about my tower. So first and foremost, let's look at the stats page here. We are sitting at 1.24 Q. So yeah, last video was a huge milestone. We finally hit 1 Q, and now we are slowly working our way to 2. There you go. Anyway, super happy with how things have been going with the account, and I can't wait to talk to you guys about it. I think the first thing we should kind of discuss is tournaments. Unfortunately, I was unable to stream my most recent tournament from over the weekend because I was out of town. But I'm just going to show you guys right here, right now, how it went. We achieved not a personal best, but we broke 200 waves. We hit 204 waves, and we finished at rank 22. So currently averaging about rank 22 pretty consistently. Would love to see the waves get a little bit higher, but that's the name of the game. It takes time to develop the tower, to upgrade, and to, eventually move up in the ranks. But I feel fairly confident that we are headed the right direction, and I'm excited to see how far up we can get. It would be really cool to eventually, move into 13 through 15 at a bare minimum and start collecting some keys. I think that would be pretty exciting to do. But, we might be a few weeks, maybe a month or two off from being able to actively try to push for that. But in the meantime, we're just going to try to stay in Legends League. We're going to try to do a little bit better each time with our waves and our rank and see where we go from there. But yeah, that is tournaments. Let's go ahead and talk about the workshop. So, nothing much has really changed in terms of my actual workshop stats. You can see I'm still running basically my Orbless Devo setup here. But in terms of the sort of workshop, the biggest thing that has changed is actually my enhancements. So I have slowly been trying to bring up my health and my health regen up to kind of match my wall health. I think it'll help me maybe improve my farming runs a little bit, so I'm hoping for that. Likewise, I got all of my damage stuff up to level 50, so 1.5 for all three of those. And my coin bonus I now have at 1.26, so very happy with that. But I also did unlock enemy level skip enhancements, so that has been a little bit helpful for me. I've got a few levels into it now, only 6 levels, and you can see the next level costs 22 trillion, so that's a pretty penny. And last thing in the workshop I want to show you guys that I'm very excited about, you may notice something here. I have inner landmines now. So I basically, got a couple stone packs, got inner landmines unlocked, maxed out the quantity through a couple levels into the cooldown just so it can be up more. And what I'm planning on doing with stones for the meanwhile is I want to 100% max chronofield speed reduction, which I only have one more level because it caps out at 75%. So I have one more level of that. It's going to be 900 stones, and once I finish that, obviously I'm going to wait for my chronofield duration lab to finish, and I might put a few more stones into the duration, but what I'm more than likely going to end up doing is saving at that point for Poison Swamp, so that I can go ahead and unlock Golden Combo, or Golden Tower Plus, whatever it is. I've heard from people that are much smarter than me that even at base level, I should expect to yield coins that are around probably 20 to 30% increase compared to without golden combo, and that is like without any of the labs going. Like, so right out the gate, maybe making, you know, even if it's like 10 or 15% more econ, that would significantly help me. So probably realistically going to start kind of pushing for that, but I am going to try to max out my chronofield speed reduction first, I think. But that is going to wrap it up for the workshop. Let's go ahead and talk about cards. It'll be quick and easy. Nothing has changed, except the only thing that has kind of changed is I reorganized my little card presets here. You can see I have the tourney, the blender setup that I got, the glass cannon, which is something I'm going to be kind of experimenting with as my damage labs continue to get better. And then I have my card setup I've been running for my Orbless Devo. And I also have one that's kind of just for like random events. And with the event preset, let me know if you guys would enjoy to see a video about some of the event missions, like the, I don't know, the nuke mission, the demon mode, maybe like the smart missile mission. Let me know if you guys would like to see a video on kind of the way that I pretty much do those missions, because I know they can be pretty annoying, especially for like players that may not have all of these cards maxed. But let me know if you'd like to see a video like that, and I'll try to definitely do it. But that is going to wrap up cards. Let's briefly talk about modules. So, not much has changed here, but we do have the featured banner here, and it is Shrink Ray. This is what it does. It is a cannon, and its unique effect, it says attacks have a 1% chance to apply a non-stacking effect that decreases the enemy's mass by 10%. I'm not really going to speak on it too heavily, because I personally haven't even used it yet, but the overall consensus that I have heard from most people is that it doesn't appear to be that useful. And I think one of the key reasons why is because it clearly states here that it is a non-stacking effect. I think if you could basically stack it maybe even like up to 5 times, then it would be a lot more useful, because pretty much at that point you could really get the boss to be probably as small as like a tank enemy, which, I mean, I guess that would be cool. I don't know. It doesn't really say if it like affects their HP, their damage, if it, you know, it doesn't really specify any of that stuff, or if it really alters their base stats in any other way. But like, I could definitely see it being useful if, for example, it dropped the hit points of the boss because the boss was smaller, or if it slowed the boss in some way like that. Really, that's the only way that I could see this being useful at all. But let me know if you guys have this module and if you think it's been good, or yeah, just let me know your thoughts. But speaking of, I currently only have 1 copy. So I had 1,500 gems saved up, and I literally only got 1. I also managed to pull, where is it? Another Havoc Bringer. So that's pretty cool. I need 2 more Astral Deliverances. You can see here, I have 1. I need 2 more of these. I also need 2 more Galaxy Compressors. But I am starting to believe that we will never see an Ancestral module. And it is what it is, I guess. But in terms of like upgrading stuff, I have made a few upgrades here. I got like my wormhole redirector to Mythic, so that's cool. I also got my black hole digester to Mythic. I think once I get the rerolls done for it, I might do a little bit of experimenting and see, you know, maybe if instead of running the Orbless Devo strategy, if I could basically run it with free upgrades and put on black hole digester and maybe see if that would yield higher coins. I don't know. We're going to do a little bit of experimenting with it and kind of see what works best for my tower. And obviously, I'll let you guys know as soon as I know something. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. In terms of Dimension Core, we also still only have a legendary. I need one more Dimension Core. But yeah, that's going to wrap up modules. Let's go ahead and talk about my labs. So you can see here, nothing really has changed. I have lab speed currently going forever, going to max it. I don't care how long it takes. It will help me tremendously as I try to progress in this game. So I'm working on lab speed permanently until it's maxed. I'm also going to be working on chronofield duration until that is maxed. I have 6 more levels, I guess technically 7 because I'm currently at level 23, and there are 30 total levels. But you can see from 23 to 24, it was about a 15-day upgrade time. So needless to say, this lab in particular is going to be, it's going to be a little bit rough. We're going to be stuck here for a little bit. You can see underneath that, I also have inner landmine rotation speed. I think I'm probably going to try to go ahead and just take this to maxed. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, there's 20 levels, and right now they're only almost 3 days per upgrade, so we might take it up to like 15 or 20. We'll just see. But you can see here, I did get the inner landmine stun lab already done, so that helped me a lot actually in Legends League. I was pleasantly surprised with how impactful that was. You know, it comes to a point where you don't have any more energy shields, you don't have second wind, you don't have wall, and then literally anything could kill you, right? So having inner landmines with the stun, I found that it gave me like almost just enough buffer to allow my chain lightning and spotlight to basically just nuke the boss. I don't know if I'm really going to work on inner landmine blast radius. I think that might be a little bit low on the totem pole in terms of priority, and I also really know nothing about this inner landmine chrono jump. I don't know if that's any good. It might be because it costs so much, but I don't know. But yeah, that is going to cover labs. Let's go ahead and talk about the events, because I like events. It's been a while since I've actually included this in an episode of Tour My Tower, but my golden bot is progressing. I have one more level until my cooldown is fully maxed, and that's going to be super, super helpful. And I have quite a few more levels in duration, obviously, since I don't think I've even really touched it. And as well, same thing with bonus, I have quite a few more levels there. But I'm just going to continue to try to keep pushing my golden bot until it is fully maxed, and then at that point, I will most likely start working on Amplify bot. Let's go ahead and talk about the guild stuff. Guys, we have a new season that is here. So, first of all, shout out to This Is Sparta. We've been killing it, guys. We've been killing it. So, yeah. In terms of the Guardian, I haven't really done anything with my actual Guardian chips in terms of like upgrading. I've kind of just been saving up my bits for the meantime because I want to see in future seasons what else comes out. But so far, I have heard that the Guardian chip fetch is pretty much broken. I've heard that it's like really, really, really good. There's probably going to be a nerf to the fetch Guardian chip, but until they do that, wouldn't hurt to just throw it in, use it. In terms of the rest of the store here, I haven't purchased any of the cosmetics or anything. I went ahead and just purchased the mech head, which gives you increased bot range by 2. I'm not sure what else I'm going to get next. I'm very tempted to get fetch, but I know that by the time I get it and put my bits into it, it's probably going to get a nerf. So what I'm mainly thinking on doing at this point is just focusing on all of the cosmetics, getting probably the background first, then all of the 0.6 stuff, and then the tower skin last. That's more than likely what I'll end up doing. But anyway, that is actually going to wrap up today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, feel free to support the channel by dropping a comment, a like on the video, subscribing if you'd like to see some more videos of mine. And yeah, one last thing, we have a Discord server with almost 700 members currently. We've got all sorts of stuff in here. We've got voice channels where people can talk about the game, talk about whatever. There's now voice channels for other games if people are playing like Fortnite or whatever the kids are playing nowadays. I don't know. We also recently added a tournament chat. This chat is literally just dedicated to talking all things tournaments. So, hey, look, there's me. Guys, it's been really fun interacting with you guys in this Discord server, and if you would like to be a part of our little community that we're building here, feel free to check out the link in the video description. It will be sort of towards the bottom. But yeah, guys, thanks again for stopping by the video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm going to leave it at that. So, like always, I will see you guys later.